guys, Mike Gross here. I really like this guitar. How you doing? Tutorial. Been hitting them pretty heavy because I just want to keep the word out. This is one of my paid services called CVT Guitar Lessons. Stands for Custom Video Tablature. And Custom Tablature as well. And tablature, if you're not familiar with it, if you've been playing a little while, you know what tablature is. It's a shorthand. It's not reading actual music notes as far as notation, dealing with quarter notes, 16th notes, all that good stuff. It's a shorthand to help memorize music. And it's interesting. I've had some people say, that sounds very difficult. And it's actually real easy, especially compared to reading actual notes. But anyways, what I do, I'm out of cover sheets. I gotta print some more off. I'm always working on a CVT guitar lesson these days, guys. It's the one I'm doing for Sarah, called Sweatin' to Nuno Betancourt and Gross. It's a concept started by one of my other CVT students, Jason. And basically, you know, on your cover sheet, all the techniques that you would find in the song are written on your cover sheet. That always stays the same. I have a lot of repeat customers, but you always get the cover sheet with it because I put the low, mid, high, gain, and the effects, so you have a basic idea of how to dial in your amp. And if it's using the neck pickup and all that good stuff, like prime example, Sweet Child of Mine, that intro riff in there, if you played it on the treble pickup, it just wouldn't sound as good. So they're really detailed. I timestamp everything, subgroup it, which is basically the way I set these up is they're in sections. You know, a song format for the, you know, there's no exact format, but there are standard formats for a song. You know, you may have an intro, a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. And you know, you'll go back and end up repeating that, and then you may have a bridge later on in the song. That's kind of a standard format, a guitar solo. But I give them section names when I do these. So section 1 may be the intro, and if it does it 4 times, I'll just put 4 times. I'll put double dots, which when you're reading music, double dot stands for repeat everything within those double dots. And then we'll move on to section 2, which may be the pre-chorus. And that'll be sectioned off. I use parentheses, and then that'll be given the title section 2. And the reason I do that, rather than write the whole song out that's going to repeat lots of parts, like most songs do, unless you're Dream Theater, Frank Zappa, Steve Vai, you know, or Rush, or Avenged Sevenfold, or Iron Maiden. But you know what I mean. But it just makes it a lot easier, because the goal is to get you to where you can memorize these songs. So everything is time stamped. I put the uploader's name from the video I'm using. You can use those timestamps. It may say 238, and you can zone in with that video, look at it, break it down. They're just really super detailed, and that's the format that I use when doing these. Now that's a CT lesson, custom tablature. Scan the tabs, send them to your email. The more popular one, most people want a video. They want the, you know, the hands-on basically, and to be able to see what I'm doing and talking and explaining as I'm working through your tabs. And so those are called custom video tablature. Custom means anything. It could be, I've had many students actually have me transcribe songs that have 0 guitar in them whatsoever. Maybe a synthesizer, or it could be a kazoo for all I care. But everything in life carries a pitch, a musical tone, and you know, having said that, that's all I need to go off of. So if it's a song you really like and you trust my ear with it, hey Mike, I want a rock, 80s sounding rock version of this, or a 90s kind of new metal sound, or country or blues, then that's how I will do it. Most people want, you know, studio versions of songs. Of course, they can be live versions. Some people just want the guitar solo. Some people just want the rhythms. I got a guy now, Eric, that's strictly what he's doing, man. He's having me bust out rhythms from good guitar players, good rhythmic players. You know, Alex Lifeson, and my mind's drawing a blank right now, but some really good rhythm players, Jimmy Page, and which we haven't done any Zeppelin yet, Eric, I don't think. But that's basically how it works. What you would need to do is email me rockinguitarlessons@hotmail.com. Of course, that's going to be in the edits. It probably already was. And email me. Be as specific as you can in your email. You can even timestamp. If you may know a third of the song and 2/3 of it you don't. So the more specific you can be, the better. We'll exchange phone numbers at that point. I'll save you as a CVT student contact. You can save my number. And like I said, I have lots of repeat customers, so when they're ready for the next one, they 99% of the time just shoot me a text rather than email me, but either way is fine. And video uploads to the channel. Of course, I could, email you the link to it, which I'll probably start doing that more often than not. And that's pretty much it. Tunings explained. They're just really, really cool. And they're detailed. I put the time in to really try and get these songs 100% correct. And of course, no one's perfect. But I do have a good ear. This is what I do. And not good at a whole lot of other things. But I do trust my ear. And it's, for me, I'm like a kid in a candy store. It's a challenge. I love dissecting music. I don't know if you guys are like that. It's just so intriguing to me. I produce music, I play all different instruments, your 5 standard instruments for a rock band, of course, but so I'm used to, isolating different instruments and zoning in on it, and it's fun. It's right up my alley. So it's a challenge in my mind right out of the gate, but also you're paying for these lessons, and I want to make sure that I've put 110% into getting them correct for you and really try to explain them thoroughly to where you understand them. Part of my paid service as well, if you're a CVT student or CT, is if you have questions after the fact, I'm not going to leave you hanging. So that's part of it too. Alright, so that's it. Be sure to follow me on social media. Check out my other paid services. And I do, everything will be in the edits. So just check that out. Share these videos, share them, and share them again. Definitely subscribe. And until next time, I'm Mike Gross. Keep rocking.